When it rains, it pours at West Ham. We announced the signing of Fernandes earlier on. We're expecting an announcement of Magasa, whether that comes today or tomorrow, I'm not so sure, but keep your eyes on the channel. We'll keep you updated as we can. We've got plenty of stuff coming your way, and like I said, when it rains, it pours. We are going to bring this to you. So I'm going to get started because there's plenty to get caught up on. And the first bit of information for you today is that West Ham, and you might be happy with this one, have turned down the chance to sign Manchester United goalkeeper Andre Onana. That's according to sources in the mainstream media. West Ham are looking for a goalie on top of the fact that we signed Mads Hermansen, and he's not impressed yet since starting at West Ham. It looks like potentially Areola could be out the door. We don't know. We do have Fotheringham. We're linked to the keeper from Hull City, and of course Victor from Brazil as well. Now Onana, who's out of favour at Man United, is looking for an option to try and build his career again, but West Ham have said apparently no to a deal to bring in the Cameroon international, who is probably and definitely not an upgrade on the current keepers that we do have. I think you will have seen again from his appearance against Grimsby Town on Wednesday night that he didn't cover himself well and give himself an opportunity to maybe put himself in that transfer window. So you may be delighted to hear the news that West Ham have, apparently according to sources, knocked back the opportunity to bring in Onana to West Ham from Man United. As we move on to the next story, and that is Andy Irving could be on his way, because apparently, again according to sources in the mainstream media, Wrexham, he's heading to Hollywood, but he's not literally heading to Hollywood because of course the owners of Wrexham are from Hollywood, but he is supposedly agreed a deal to join Wrexham. Now, they themselves have had a busy summer transfer window. Phil Parkinson has made loads of additions to his squad, breaking transfer deals all over the place, and apparently earlier in the summer, Wrexham did have opportunity to try and sign Andy Irving, and apparently Andy Irving was the one that knocked back the opportunity, cited for personal reasons that he didn't want to do it. And at the time, apparently Wrexham were pushing forward with trying to bring him in over and above the opportunity for Irving to move back to Scotland and play for Rangers, who were chasing the signature of the 25-year-old. Then revelations came out saying that Millwall were interested in bringing him to the Championship, bitter rivals with West Ham, even though they don't play in the same league and haven't done for many a year. But now it's been reported, because Irving could be available for around about £3.5 million, that a deal is in place with Wrexham, and it looks like they have won the chance to bring him into the club. Once this is all confirmed, we will bring that to you on the channel, so keep your eyes peeled as we do bring more of that information to you. But it looks like that one has potentially been agreed, and we could be saying goodbye to Andy Irving at West Ham. Put your comments in, let me know your thoughts as I bring to you the last story for today, and that is regarding this man, Naif Aguerd, who has started every Premier League game for West Ham this summer, and it looked like Graham Potter had convinced the Moroccan to stay at the club. However, Marseille are now back in, because Marseille were strongly interested in Aguerd earlier in the summer but couldn't come up for a deal. But then we've been hearing that Black Cat Sunderland have been being a key interest and are going to come in again for an offer for the Moroccan international. Now, West Ham did sign him from Rennes back in the summer of 2022. I do think that he had a terrible start to his West Ham career, but I can put that down to his injury. He spent last season on loan to Real Sociedad. He had a good time there with them. He did say his farewell message, which of course it was a loan, and I felt at that point he wasn't coming back to West Ham, but he has, and it looked like Potter potentially convinced him that he could be a player for West Ham and stay in the Premier League with West Ham as well. But Sunderland are showing a keen interest in it, and like I said, Marseille earlier in the summer wanted to bring Aguerd in, and they offered him a contract, and it was suggested that he was potentially interested in that deal, but a move did not materialise. And now Sunderland are coming back in, and apparently it's been suggested that they are going to try and make a significant offer to West Ham to convince him to join and stay in the Premier League and go to Sunderland. And as the transfer window does near its deadline day, the race for a Aguerd signature is heating up, and like I said, Marseille are going to kick back in and try and convince him to come to the French League 1. So it remains to be seen whether or not West Ham will try and bring in a replacement if he is offered a chance to leave. But it looks like Sunderland won Aguerd, Marseille won Aguerd, and West Ham may have a bidding war, which might suit West Ham because we then have some more finances to go and bring in some more recruits. So that is some of the headlines for today. Leave a comment, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up if you are enjoying our content. Quick fire update for you. We've got the Hammers headlines coming later on. Join us as we keep coming at you with as much of the West Ham transfer news as we possibly can. Subscribe, like, comment, come on your hands.